Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we visit Poinsettia headquarters at Chuck's Greenhouse, and I make my famous ginger snap cookies. But first, Pioneer Trails in Poland, Christmas Tree Central. If you're looking for a great family experience when you get your Christmas tree, you should come out to Pioneer Trails Christmas Tree Farm. Mary Jan Padula is the owner, and you can go back, cut your own. This is really nice. Buggies, horse-drawn carriages. I mean, you're really making this a nice Christmas experience.
That's right. We have Pioneer Trails Tree Farm is a 50-acre Christmas tree farm, and we've been selling trees since 1990, and it's gotten progressively bigger every year. But we do offer the horse-drawn wagon rides for 3 weekends in December.
I can't wait to do that. We've got Clydesdales out here. And now, what exactly do you grow on the farm yourself?
Well, we have 8 different varieties. So we basically cover your pines, Scotch pine, Austrian pine, fir. We have the Douglas fir, the Fraser fir, and then the Canadian fir is really popular.
Yes.
And then we have traditional blue spruce, Norway spruce, and white spruce.
Wow, I mean, you are busy. And I think it's such an interesting backstory. We were talking earlier, your husband, his family had tree farms, and so did yours.
Well, it was my father started a tree farm back in the 1950s in Ashtabula County, and Frank's family had the property here in Poland, Ohio. He raised potatoes at one time, so it was kind of mirroring that he had the acreage with the land, and I had the expertise on the Christmas trees. And as I shared with you, we actually planted trees in the spring of 1983, and then we got married in August.
Yeah, because, you know, it's your husband's holiday.
But we have trees here up to 12 foot tall, and then when the people go out to choose it, it's one price, any tree. You can cut a 5-footer, you can cut a 12-footer, and it doesn't matter what variety it is.
Adam Farley is a longtime worker here, and I really don't want that true tree experience. Will you cut down the tree for me?
I will, yes.
I'm a girl about this. So Adam, I love this one. This is a Canadian fir. Look at it, it's nice and tall, and this will be perfect. It won't get too fat in my house. So show me your expertise. What is the first thing I need to do?
Well, we have these carpet squares.
Okay.
To go down on them, and then we provide you saws.
Alrighty. You need my help, I'm sure you do. Okay. Wow. Now, how tall do you think this one is? About an 8-footer?
Probably 7-8 foot, yeah.
Perfect. And it smells amazing. Amazing. Okay, Bill, get out of my way. I'm coming through. I tell you, Ken's getting off easy this year. All right, now we're gonna get it shaken up, and then they twine it for me. What's that called, Adam?
Shaking.
Shaking and then
baling.
And baling. Now the entire Padula family, who's running the show now that we're all going off on a horse-drawn carriage ride?
We got it under control.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We got a lot of great workers.
Yeah.
Danny Hunt.
I told everybody to go crazy while we were out in the woods. So do you like working, you know, in the family biz?
Yeah. It's great. It's great. I love it.
Okay, Charles is at the farm full time.
Oh, you are? You're a full-time farmer?
Yes.
And what do you do, Amy?
I'm a tax accountant.
Are you?
Yes.
Ooh, what a
So
bam.
that's why I'm in charge of the money.
Oh, okay. And what about you, Matthew?
I work in Columbus, insurance. It's a big insurance town, so.
And then you just come up on the weekends?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
help out when I can.
Yeah, we're both in Columbus, so we drive together.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They're a tremendous help. I couldn't do it without them. Matt is the customer service. He greets the people when they come to the gate, explains the whole operation. Amy, as she said, she helps with the cashiers.
The financial end, yeah.
And Charles here all year round is taking care of the trees, mowing them, shearing them, pruning them up. Getting ready for this big weekend.
Stacy and Dawn Cannon, and you're from Western Pennsylvania?
Yes, Hermitage, PA.
Hermitage, and they breed and raise the Clydesdales. They're amazing, amazing animals. How many do you have right now?
10, plus these 3, so 13.
And then have any of your horses ever been used in like the Budweiser commercials or anything?
No, sorry, no.
So when you show them, what are they looking for? Like what makes a good breed of Clydesdale?
They're looking at conformation, size of the foot, hock action, front leg action, knee action, flat kneed.
And your souvenir when you buy a tree out here at Pioneer Trails, you get the wooden dollar,
That's
not the
right.
wooden nickel. So this year, now tell me about this.
Well, we started this in 1990, the first year we opened, and every year we put a different historical event on a wooden dollar. So this year we're commemorating the 150th anniversary of the Salvation Army, and everybody who purchases a tree gets a wooden dollar. So some people take it home and they use it as an ornament,
Yeah.
and then other people bring it back the following year, and you can get $1 off your tree if you redeem it the following year at your tree purchase.
Oh, that is a good idea. That is really nice. See? Savings too. Now, your open daylight hours, what is your weekday hours?
Weekdays, it's 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. And it gets kind of dark there around 5, so we tell people you need to get here at least by 5 if you want to cut a tree through the week. And then weekends, it's 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. And then, like I said, we said the horses are here for 3 weekends, and daily, the days they're here, it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And then what day are we, what day is the family taking some time off? When is the Padula family gonna close down and enjoy the Christmas holiday?
We stay open till December 22nd.
All righty.
All
Well,
right.
this has been a really good time. And this is a nice family activity we can all enjoy. Donuts, hot cocoa. I'm going to go get some right now. And thank you, Mary Jan.
All right, thank
I
you.
appreciate the invitation.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We'll be right back with more local flavor.
At RNS Paint, you get more than a can of paint. You get easy to apply, long-lasting Benjamin Moore color. Get more at RNS Paint, Youngstown, Poland Road, and Struthers.
Well, this is for you, Phil. Happy anniversary!
Cheers.
4 years at the tree. So what have we learned?
It's been a great journey. What we have learned is that people want to come to celebrate here at Magic Tree. We have these beautiful signs for every occasion, and for my wife and I over the last 4 years, to be able to do what we've done for the community with fundraisers has been very dear to our heart.
And what do you see coming up in the future?
Well, we have a huge building. We have incredibly good craft beer, incredibly good food we make from scratch, and our wine on tap. We have something for everybody here at Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. I want everyone to come down and let us create a memory for them.
That's right. And I love that they have the trays to go. Party, pick it up, take it to the office, take it at home, and you can party at the tree no matter
That's
where
right.
you are. Congratulations. Good
Cheers.
job.
Part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rowley Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rowley's, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rowley's, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rowley Brothers is a proud sponsor of the KC Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
Hurry into a Spitzer location near you to enjoy the lowest prices of the year on some of our best-selling 2016 models. You can save thousands on your new vehicle with the Spitzer Model Year-End Sales Event. Spitzer, saving you more since 1904.
Every year, at the same time, the air gets a little colder, the faces get a little warmer, and family gets a little closer. everything seems to slow down. And what matters most is suddenly much easier to see. Pioneer Trails Tree Farm, providing farm-fresh Christmas trees for over 30 years. Continue your family tradition at Pioneer Trails Tree Farm.
Today I'm going to prepare for you one of my favorite cookie recipes, my crispy ginger snaps. What's great about recipes is they're passed on from family or friends, of course cookbooks and magazines, but this one comes from my girlfriend Michelle. She and I worked together at a restaurant in Portland, Oregon, and she was of German-Swedish descent, so this is an old Swedish ginger snap recipe. It is a favorite of my sister Christine's, and I'm going to make this for you today. The ingredients you'll need for these ginger snaps: 3/4 cup bacon fat, from 1 to 2 pounds bacon, 1 cup of sugar, plus 1/4 cup for dusting the cookies, 4 tablespoons of dark molasses, 1 large egg, 2 cups flour, 1½ teaspoon kosher salt, 2 teaspoons baking soda, 1 teaspoon ground ginger, another teaspoon of ground cloves, and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. These ginger snaps have a really smoky and spicy flavor. So instead of butter or lard or Crisco, we're going to use bacon fat as the binder. I usually use the cheapest bacon I can find because of the high fat content. To get 3/4 cup of bacon fat, you'll need to fry between 1 and 2 pounds of bacon. The best device I found to fry bacon is this Bacon Wow. I found this at the Fabulous Food Show. It cooks 6 pieces of bacon at a time, and you just drape them over this grid. And it is so clean because it really doesn't splatter and it doesn't stink up the kitchen. You place it in there, then you just place the lid on top, snap it together, then it's all put together. We just put it in the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes, depending on how crispy you like it. I like it crispy, so I'm going 4 minutes. It's all done. You just remove the grid with the bacon. Then you'll have the fat, pours out easily, and you've got bacon fat and lots of bacon ready to go. What I like to do is save my bacon, because I'm making a pound or two when I make a batch, and then I have crumbles for salads, of course lots of BLTs, and it's also good to add to different recipes. I let the bacon fat cool just a little bit before we assemble the ingredients. All you need is a food processor, and you just assemble them all with the metal blade already in, and we'll start adding them. The 2 cups of flour, put that in first. Then I add 1 cup of sugar, and then the baking soda, 2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon of the ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of the ground cloves, and last but not least, for those spices, a teaspoon of the ground cinnamon. Also, a teaspoon and a half of kosher salt, the 4 tablespoons of dark molasses, one egg, and the bacon fat. Now all the ingredients are assembled, and we'll just put the lid on and pulse it until dough is formed. All right, in under 2 minutes, we have got a beautiful ginger snap cookie dough. Put it on a floured work surface, and what we're going to do is just remove it all from the food processor, combining it further, and then we'll wrap it in saran wrap and let it sit for a few hours to chill, or even overnight. Well, it's been a few hours, and now the dough is nice and firm, so we are going to start making these ginger snaps. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Line your cookie sheets with parchment, and make sure you have about 1/4 cup of sugar, because we'll be rolling the cookies in there before placing on the pan. I like a smaller ginger snap, just bite size. So go with about a 1/2 inch ball And then you'll roll it around in the sugar and you'll place it on the cookie sheet. About 2 inches apart for each cookie, because they do spread a little bit. And of course, if you like a bigger cookie, you can do that, but you're gonna have to adjust your cooking time. These call for about 8 minutes. You might have to go 9 or 10 if it's a bigger cookie. So now we'll flatten the balls into little discs, about 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch thick. And just press down lightly with your fingers. Because of the sugar, it really doesn't stick to your hands. So now into a 350-degree oven for 8 minutes until they're a nice brown. Well, it's been 8 minutes, and look at that beautiful golden brown color. You see how just around the edges it's a little brown. We're gonna let these sit and cool for just a few minutes before we put them on the cooling rack. Parchment paper is such a great surface for baking. No stick, slides right off, no extra grease. They've got a great snap and lots of crunch. And they pack wonderful flavor with the clove, the ginger, and the cinnamon. And then that bacon adds such a nice smokiness. And I really think that helps with the crispness of it. And if you'd like, you can try them with butter. I'm not sure if they'll be as crunchy, but I'm sure they'll be just as delicious. This batch yields about 60 cookies, about 5 dozen. Just go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com, for the complete recipe. You'll thank me later. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Hi everybody, I'm Danny, owner and operator of Cthulhu Prime Meats, a 3rd-generation butcher shop that not only specializes in quality, but also in customer service and doing things in a new technological way. Chris here is our customer service manager. Chris, what do you think that we do differently than any other grocery store?
I think we personally not only offer great product, but we can offer a great customer service experience as well. We try and treat all our customers like they were family and friends, ask how their family's doing just so they can keep in touch, and give them that customer experience that they deserve.
And the nice part is we not only do that inside the store, but also on CthulhuPrimeMeats.com, where you can buy a lot of our products that we carry here, whether it be grass-fed beef, organic chicken, some of our specialty burgers and bacon. Those are wonderful, and we're going to provide that same customer experience online as we do in store.
Come see us in store or online. Make your next meal one to remember.
All day, you pursue your dreams. And all day, I pursue mine. Knowing we are always there for each other. You are my best friend, my true love. Together, we shine twice as bright. The Ever Us Two-Stone Collection, Forevermark, a diamond is forever. Available at Kamara Jewelers.
Cerny means trucks. For over 50 years, the Cerny family has been the area's leader for medium and heavy-duty international trucks. New or pre-owned, Cerny means trucks. Easy to find. Cerny Motors is conveniently located at Route 46 and 80. At Cerny Motors, no job is too big or too small. Cerny Motors service will keep you on the road. For service, parts, sales, lease, or rental, Cerny means trucks.
Hurry into a Spitzer location near you to enjoy the lowest prices of the year on some of our best-selling 2016 models. You can save thousands on your new vehicle with the Spitzer Model Year-End Sales Event. Spitzer, saving you more since 1904.
My mom was always in my corner.
Always pushing me to do better.
I couldn't have asked for a better mother.
So when she needed assisted living,
I did my research.
Doctors, nurses,
and others with family and assisted living,
they all said,
trust the name you know.
Briarfield.
For assisted living with top healthcare experts, a caring staff, and a comfortable home-like setting,
trust the name you know.
Briarfield.
Trust the name you know. Briarfield. Proudly serving the Valley for over 20 years. This Christmas season, Midas is hosting the Army of Toys campaign for the Salvation Army. Bring in a new unwrapped toy and you will receive a free oil change voucher from Midas. Let's make sure the kids in our valley have a great holiday season. You have until December 19th to bring in your new unwrapped toy to Midas to receive your oil change voucher. Merry Christmas from Midas.
Chuck's Greenhouse grows thousands of poinsettias each year. Red, white, jingle bell, pink, a huge variety of colors and sizes. Chuck is the expert on this traditional Christmas plant. Well, as you can see, it is Christmas Central. We're out here on Route 45 in North Jackson at Chuck's Greenhouse, and this is Chuck, the owner, the horticulturalist.
Yeah.
And you have a half an acre here.
Yes.
Of poinsettias.
Just about.
Now, is it poinsettia or poinsettia?
Depends on how sophisticated you want to sound.
So poinsettia would be the sophisticated, and poinsettia is just
what we
the
call
street
it.
lingo.
Yeah.
And that's what you call
Yes.
it? So I'm going to go with you on
Okay.
that. When do you begin this process?
We start planting in July, like the 10-inch pots, which would be this size here. We plant the first week of July, so they're actually planted before you even celebrate 4th of July.
What attracted you to the poinsettia?
I just think it's a very pretty plant, and I was bored at Christmas time because I was always shutting down at Halloween and nothing to do from then on, so we started growing poinsettias.
And you grow them from, you were telling me, not really from seed.
Yes, they're grown from a cutting. So that they'll take a top, like the branches, they'll take the top cut off of that and then root that, and then that's what we plant.
So where are the poinsettias? Where are they native? Where are they originally from?
Mexico. There was a U.S. ambassador to Mexico who was down there on official business, I guess, and he thought it was an interesting plant and brought them back, and that's where the tradition became.
And is this?
That is the red glitter.
Oh, they are beautiful.
These will still continue to color up. It's a later variety, so that's why there's not a whole lot of color showing yet.
You know, they act like, you know, for children and pets, that these are highly toxic.
There is no toxicity whatsoever in them. They've done tests.
That's an old wives' tale.
Yes. It started in 1919. There was a Army person stationed in Hawaii, and his 2-year-old child, they took him to the hospital and he died. And that's where the rumor started. They said that he'd eaten a poinsettia. And
so if I eat these right now, I'm gonna live and walk out of here.
They're supposed to be a little bitter. I haven't personally tried one, but I had a friend who did, and he said it's just a bitter. But they're very latex. Like the stems have a lot of latex. I would imagine it'd be like eating glue.
So these are annuals. So if I were to put these in my
yes.
garden,
they will live. If you keep it alive till spring after danger frost, you can plant it out, and it'll just be a green shrub until it frosts in the fall. As soon as it frosts in the fall, they're done.
They're done. But if I live down south,
yes, in Florida they grow. My aunt has one in front of her house that's as tall as her house.
And they'll just perennially keep coming back. Is there a difference in quality of the poinsettia plants?
Most of the varieties are all good varieties. Most of it, how well they live for you, has to do with just how well you take care of them, which is where an independent grower like myself can excel at, because we keep them watered. We're here taking care of them every day. Some of the other stores that are rather large get them shipped in and they sit on a cart in a sleeve, and if you buy them, you get, whenever they were watered at the greenhouse before they were shipped.
Jen Lahotsky is Chuck's wife, and she too is an authority on the poinsettia. Now, what am I looking for when I'm buying a poinsettia to take home and enjoy through Christmas?
Well, what you really want to look for is you want to look for something that's colored up very nicely. You want something that's about at this stage right here, because this isn't quite colored up enough, okay? The poinsettia starts off green, and then in the fall, when the daylight hours start to shorten, they start turning red. The other thing you want to look for, and most people don't know this, is that the flower is not the red. That's not the flower. The flower is the little yellow part in the center. It's called cyathea.
Will these bud and bloom?
Yes, more like this one over here. You can kind of see.
So this is about as open as they get, is this yellow?
They will get a little bit more open, and you will see more yellow as it progresses.
Okay, so there's no such thing as blue poinsettia?
No, not to
date. And when I see all these crazy colors, so how do you do that?
That is also a special product that we have. It is a dye that's made for the poinsettias, also not harmful. step is we add the glue and the glitter.
And this glue is also non-toxic, and it won't. We'll leave it porous so it
Yes,
can breathe.
right.
Okay.
It's not Elmer's.
All right. Once I get my poinsettia, get it home immediately. What's the best way to transport it?
Yes, absolutely. Get it home immediately. Do not spend any more time outside than you have to. We sleeve it in either plastic or we have paper sleeves. Plastic sleeves we use on the warmer days when it's not too chilly outside. It's a little less expensive for us. And you don't need the protection like you do on a really, really cold day. When it is cold outside, we do use the paper sleeves. It gives a little more insulation value to protect the plant.
So now you've met the growers, one of the few in our area, and you learned all those great tips. So now you got to come out to Chuck's and get your poinsettias for the holidays. What are your hours of operation?
Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And then Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we are always closed on Sundays.
All right, always closed on Sundays.
Always.
Special orders are taken if you want special crazy colors.
Absolutely, give us a call.
And if you want, to buy for your church or office or whatever,
Oh,
just give them
absolutely.
a call.
We service over 50 churches, so.
Well, I cannot thank you enough for your hospitality.
Oh, thank you for coming
This
out.
was
It's
so much
fantastic.
fun.
Great.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Come out to Chuck's. My show is always on. Watch previous segments at CaseyMaloneShow.com. Sponsored by the Ingram Law Office. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.